What's up to my Black Nation Task Force family? What's up to my YouTube people? Hey, today we're going to be talking about some divine intervention, some things that many of us haven't seen or maybe they weren't aware of, how the Creator worked His magic at a time when our ancestors was enslaved, different times with our children. So let's just go into it. I can explain more by just going into it. Let's talk about the subject of breast milk. Breast milk. What's the importance of breast milk? Well, the as a first teacher to females, the importance we got to teach this to our children too. Also, y'all, we got to teach this to children that ain't our children. People need to know this, the ladies and the men. So sometimes the men have the influence over the woman to say, "Hey, I want to breastfeed. Can you breastfeed our child?" Or vice versa, the woman say, "We're gonna breastfeed the child." But first, we have to know the science behind why. So, in the divine intervention, let's go. I want to go. Let's go with the one with why. Why we breastfeed? Why should our parents breastfeed the children? But first of all, the DNA is being passed down from all our ancestors and generations. Definitely, it's better than formula. You don't know what the formula is, and so we got breast milk. We know what that is. It's coming from the source. The formula, we don't know what that is and what that connect our children to. So we know breast milk connect our children to us. We know our Akasha records and their DNA and all that, and the mother's DNA and the ancestors' DNA is inside that breast milk. We know that the baby will be more healthier with the breast milk because it's got all types of these defense mechanisms to ward off different energies. It's got energies to ward off sickness out of the breast milk. So, now I may even say, even if you have a cornered mother, it still might be better to give them the breast milk than the formulas that was created on the shelves. But that's to each person's discernment. But that's just because it's natural. You know what I mean? We don't know what we get when we take it homogenized milk. We do know what we get. We when we taking some type of formula. If you even think about it, the word formula is on the can. This is a formula. We created this for a situation. We created this for alternative. So hey, nothing substitute like breast milk. Now let's see how breast milk helped us, our ancestors in their enslavement, when they were praying and divining to the Creator. We need help. We want to get out of this bondage. What softened these people up was breast milk. This is something a lot of people didn't see because, like I told you, the DNA is being passed by. So what the Spirit showed me, when these enslaved females had to breastfeed the white children, or any other children, might be other races too, but we don't just say that because we know it was that. When they breastfed and played nanny to the others, what was that baby getting? Okay, that baby that was breastfeeding was getting the same thing we said earlier. They were getting the DNA of that mother. And in that DNA of that mother at that time was a lot of sorrow. You see what I'm saying? They were going through a lot of pain. So that baby drinking that milk was getting the same emotionals, the same attachments that was like his mother. He was drinking on the milk of his mother. So whatever the mother was feeling, that baby was feeling. So later, that baby grew up to be ill, sympathetic. I mean, sympathetic. I said sympathetic. Had sympathy for what he saw. So it was the children you seen running and playing. They were really friends at that time with the people because, especially if they were friends with the nanny who had children, they were really friends with him because it was like his brother and sister. Because he used that same milk. The only thing that was different was some DNA, different DNA, but that breast milk could override a lot of stuff. So this child grew up later on to be the slave master himself, but he grew different than the ones who weren't on breast milk. He grew different because he had the visions and the DNA, some of the DNA strands of an enslaved person in him. So when he saw abuse, it hurted him because he now is connected to the mother, the source of that breast milk. And when she's connected, the breast milk is higher than that. When we go through that, we go through spiritual source. You just have to think of the magic that it takes for a body to start producing milk. That's just a miracle in itself. So that's just one thing from a divine perspective. We're not going to hold you long. We just always try to do something, on our program. We've been getting a lot of interference as far as tried to go on last week, and they bought me offline and hung everybody else up. So this week, we on. Just thought we'd pass this down to you. We had to do something different to get on, I think. But hey, intelligence will find a way. So that was one of the things, and I got another program that I want to bring up, maybe on another program that's going to be what I seen spiritually. I tell you everything that I witnessed spiritually. I mean, you would think some things are not real, like demonic forces, exorcists. I've seen all of this in my lifetime. So we're going to talk about that, what I've seen spiritually, the good, what could be considered taboo. We're going to just talk about that on one of the next programs. But I just want to bring y'all something. But breast milk is very important. So we need to get back in the art of breastfeeding our children. They be more intelligent. They be more in tune. They won't want the mother to get away from them for sure, because they're going to be bonded to the mother. So when we breastfeed, we bonding our children. When we breastfeed, we're giving our children defense mechanism in their body for their immune system. When we breastfeed, we're giving our children spirituality, DNA, ancestral DNA, part of our Akasha records. They be able to tune in with us. We get on the frequency with our children when we breastfeed. You'll see them more smarter. You'll see them bonded to you. Don't want to see you out their sight. And that's how me and my mother were. I mean, I never did know what was going on. I cried. She could just go to the store and she'd leave me with a babysitter. I would cry for hours till she came back. We were so bonded in that way. And nobody wanted to babysit me no more because I was too attached to my mother. And when she passed, I was there holding her hand when she passed. And I knew I was going, I was more mature. I knew I had to let her go. It was no problem letting her go. At that level, because I was on a whole other spiritual journey when she finally passed. But I was still bonded. And I knew, and she told me something. I think I saved that for the next program. She had crossed over to the other side and came back. And she told me something from the other side, but I'm going to put that on the next program. I got to make sure I write that down, because I want to share. It's another one of those divine moments. What she said, she saw on the other side, then she went back to the other side after she said it. So that's something I'll never forget. But hey, I just want to bring y'all something. We're going to be going in on the next program what I've seen spiritually, and that I can testify is real. All right, y'all. We thank y'all for listening, and for the ones tuning in. Hey,